Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to be doing my pickings for the playoffs for Masters Tokyo for VCT. Obviously, as you can tell on screen, I have 40 points as of right now after the points that I gained from the group stage. And I also have another pickings from my other account, which I'll get into at the very end. And you kind of see what I mean about I was a bit goofy here, we'll say. So we'll first start off with Paper X versus DRX. Obviously, this is the rematch of the grand final over in Pacific. And I think this is going to be a very close game. I'll say this. I think all these are going to be very, very close. The issue with Paper X is that they don't have something. There's a high chance, if not, it's basically confirmed that something would not be at Japan, which kind of doesn't really make sense to me because he was at Japan like before Paper Rex, but whatever. So yeah, he won't be competing. I think it will probably be CGRS who'll be competing, and I'm a bit skeptical on this. I do think DRX is gonna win this. I am a bit worried for Paper Rex in this match. I do think like if Forsaken can make like amazing plays, Jing as well, Devi, I think this team would be very competitive and possibly take a map off DRX. But I just on paper, I just looking at how DRX has been going, and I think okay, if they add Foxy9 into the lineup against Paper X, I think it's gonna be a much closer. Because I think I'm pretty sure I've said this before, but I think having Foxy9 in the lineup is actually a bit of a downgrade compared to Zest, in my opinion. But I know like people probably won't be here, like probably don't want to hear it, or people may actually probably agree with me. But I just think I'm not too certain about Foxy9 as of right now. I think yes, he needs a lot more time on stage, which makes sense why DRX is putting him on stage more often. But I'm not really too certain about DRX as of right now with Foxy9, but whatever. It is what it is. Next up, Fnatic versus NRG. Now, this is a banging match. Our locked-in winners versus basically our Masters Reykjavik winners. I'm not too sure about this. I think this could go either way, really. Fnatic, we know how amazing they are. They dominated EMEA until that grand final against Team Liquid. They dominated locked in. I'm pretty sure they didn't drop a single map until maybe against DRX. Maybe I might be wrong about that. Or maybe it was up against Loud in grand final. I'm not too sure, but they didn't drop a single map until like very late into the tournament. And that's why NRG, they kind of struggled first in the Americas League, but then they really picked it up very late into the Americas League, into the playoffs as well. Almost, well, not really beaten out Loud. I mean, they kind of got destroyed by Loud. And they're also the first seed as well from Group B, right? Group B? No, sorry, Group A. So, I'm just, it's difficult. I'll probably have to say Fnatic for this one, because I do think Fnatic has a lot more firepower. I think Chronicle was literally now being like a 2-time tournament winner, and that's really going to give him a lot of confidence. I think Fnatic as a whole, they have stepped it up a lot compared to Locked In my opinion. I think they're like 10 times better now compared to Locked In my opinion. Even though I think like Locked In was amazing. And they also have a really good sub as well, Kamek, who performed pretty well when Alfie was off for a bit due to visa issues. So they at least have a great sub even. So I'm excited to see how Fnatic goes against NRG. Next up, Team Liquid versus Edward Gaming. You may think this is going to be a pretty easy match for me to say. I'm going to say, oh, it's Team Liquid. But no, I believe in the Edward Gaming supremacy. I believe in Kang absolutely popping off against Team Liquid. I'm pretty sure who was it? Was it Chicho or Chichu? I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. But Chichu, I'm pretty sure said in his post-match interview that he wants to verse Team Liquid, and he got his wish to verse Team Liquid. I'll be honest. I don't think Team Liquid deserves the first seed in EMEA. I think they definitely performed like basically something that Fnatic was not expecting. But I might be wrong. I think Safe is amazing. If I had to say something about that, I think Safe is like an amazing player. And that's also he also turned up as well during the grand final. All for Edward Gaming, they are a very exciting team. I'm gonna take a punt. I'm gonna say Edward Gaming are gonna win against Team Liquid. It's just a punt. I do think it's going to be a close game. If it's not a close game, I'll be very disappointed in either team of like whoever loses. Like if it's like 7-4, sorry 7-4, 13-4 and 13-6, we'll say. I'll be very disappointed on the losing team since they didn't perform as much as I was expecting. I still think it's going to be very, very close. As for Loud versus EG, I think this might be maybe the easiest game to probably predict. But at the same time, Evil Geniuses, they have been turning it up a lot. They've been turning it up. I'm not really too sure because I think Aspas, he is looking for another title. I think everyone in Loud is looking for another title, especially less than Sadar, County, and Tuzi. Both of them are obviously rookies on the team. I have to give it to Loud, but EG, I think they're going to put up a good fight, in my opinion. Low round 1 now, Paper X versus NRG. And I'm sorry to Paper X. I do think NRG are going to advance. I think they're going to make a pretty deep low bracket run, in my opinion. Team Liquid versus Evil Geniuses. I'm not really too sure. I think it's definitely going to be between the two duelists, Safe and Demon 1. It really depends if Demon 1 shows up, like it did in the second match. It was up against DRX. If he can show up there, then he'll probably show up here against Team Liquid. I'm just not too sure. Like Team Liquid, they're just like all over the place. It's uneven, like not only uneven, but it's like, what do we really expect from Team Liquid? They didn't really perform well during the regular season in the EMEA League, and then they notched up a bunch during the playoffs. They even lost to Team Secret during Locked In. So it's very delicate of Team Liquid's performance. Like the next day, like for example, like if they played like today and they played exceptionally well against Edward Gaming and they advance, they might just bomb out against Loud and maybe even during the tournament. That's they're just like they're very bipolar, in my opinion. As for Evil Geniuses, like they're kind of also bipolar as well, but they really depend a lot on plays, in my opinion. I think there's obviously a lot of strats, especially from Boostio, obviously as the IGL. But I'm not really too sure if EG really have. I don't know if EG have the upper edge over Team Liquid. Yes, EG has a lot of experience, obviously playing in front of a crowd, especially at Masters Tokyo. But at the same time, Team Liquid, they have Masters 2 winners from 2021. That being Nats and Redgar. They have an amazing dual player Safe. And they also have a support player Soulcast and Yambi, who's been really, really consistent. And in Evil Geniuses, they have Ethan, who kind of like pops off from time to time. Boostio, who also kind of pops off from time to time. Com, who's not too bad. Demon 1 and Jogima, both of them make a lot of amazing plays. So I'm gonna probably have to give it to Team Liquid. But I'm just I'm not too sure about that one. Up on the semifinals now, Fnatic versus DRX. I think Fnatic, in my opinion, they're just 10 times better against everyone else, in my opinion. And Edward Gaming versus Loud. I'm not trolling. I think Loud are going to lose against Loud are going to win against Edward Gaming, not lose Edward Gaming. If they do, that possibly may be the biggest upset I've ever seen in my life. Edward Gaming versus NRG. We'll now move on to, and I think NRG. I think Artis and Kankan, that's going to be an amazing matchup to watch. Obviously, both of them definitely have personalities, especially. And the IGL battle, I think, is also going to go really, really well. Finesse versus Haldong, that's going to be really interesting to watch. And the Initiators as well. Is Crashies and it's not Smoggy, it's Nobody. Crashies and Nobody. That's going to be pretty good as well. But I do think NRG are going to take it. DRX versus Team Liquid. I'm going to say DRX, and I'm thinking of DRX as they have Zest in the lineup. If they have Zest in the lineup, then I think they're going to do really, really well. If they have Fox9 in the lineup, not really too sure. I'm not really too confident on him right now. He's a bit like up and down. He's a bit of bipolar as well. He's just like, what do you really expect from Foxy9? Yes, he's an amazing Korean jet. There's no doubt about it. He's a phenomenal duelist and jet player. But at the same time, I feel like he's pressured quite a lot. He's feeling the pressure and he's kind of struggling. That first match that he had in Pacific League, that was really, really good. I kind of like put him on the map. But now, when we get further on to this year in 2023, we kind of seeing cracks in him. Like, obviously in the grand final, they subbed in Zest instead of Fox9 just for the mentalities. Obviously, Fox9 is still incredibly young, just like Mako. But Fox9 obviously much younger than Mako. And Mako, obviously, he's had a lot of experience of playing under pressure. Fox9 doesn't really, but obviously if you give him more playtime on stage, obviously he will. But a bit skeptical on him still. I still think though, against I still think if they have Fox9 lineup, I still think they're probably gonna win, just maybe by just. But if Fox9 does improve and just play out of his mind like he did in that first match in Pacific, then I think he's going to do really, really well. Upper final though, Fnatic versus Loud. Obviously, this is the locked-in rematch. I generally think Loud are going to win. Now, let me explain. Loud, they're on for vengeance. They are looking for revenge right now. They want to beat Fnatic. And I think they actually will beat Fnatic, of carrying all that momentum that they had from Locked-In, from the Americas League, into the playoffs. I think they're going to win against Fnatic. As for lower round 3, NRG versus DRX. Now, did they... I don't think they have versed each other this year yet. And I'm not... I think this is going to be... I will be very, very surprised if this game does not go to map 5. I'll be very, very surprised. I don't know, man. This is difficult. NRG or DRX. We have Finesse and Stacks for IGL. We have Artist versus either Buzz or Fox9 for Duelist. We have Victor and I guess you could say Buzz or RB for the Flex. Crashies versus oh crap, who are the other players? Oh crap. This is really bad. I don't know what the players. Oh no. And then Storm versus Maka. That's gonna be really good to watch. This is so bad I can't remember who the players. Sorry, Crashies. I mean Stacks, I guess, as well. I mean, I guess so. I mean, because I forget about Stacks. Whatever. Oh, I don't know, man. This is difficult. I'll probably have to maybe say, NRG. I'm saying NRG. Oh, I'm not too sure that's right. It's so close here. It's too close to call my opinion. Little final, NRG versus Fnatic. Oh, freaking hell. I think NRG are going to win. I think it's going to be a full America's battle in the grand final. And for the grand final, once again, Loud versus NRG. the old rivals. Oh. I will probably say NRG. Yeah, so I think NRG are going to win. So I think this is what my bracket is going to be. I think DRX, Fnatic, Edward Gaming, and Loud. I think they're going to advance in the upper quarterfinals. Lower round 1, NRG versus Team Liquid. Upper semifinals, Fnatic and Loud. Lower round 2, NRG and DRX. Upper final, Loud. Lower round 3, NRG. Lower final, NRG. And grand final, NRG. So I think NRG are going to win. And I think I guess, maybe, quote-unquote, the first team to win 2 Masters events. Whatever. As for my other Pickems, obviously, like I mentioned before, beginning of this video, I have 2 Pickems. Obviously, I have this one, which obviously you see on screen. But, off camera, off recording, I decided, you know what? Fuck it. Let's see how wrong I am here. So I have created this, this world that Edward Gaming dominates the playoffs. As for how I did all these matches of Paper Rex, DRX, Fnatic, and NRG, Lava, ZG. I basically used a Valorant simulator. It was the best of one basically on Ascent. I did that over and over and over and over again to see who would win in each one. But if the versus enable gaming, they are guaranteed to lose. That's basically how that works. So we'll see how wrong I am. I'm not too sure how right I'm going to be on these ones. I think some of them might happen. Like maybe NRG just has a horrible a horrible tournament and Paper X wins. Maybe there's a lot of possible chances in these ones, but I fully believe on Edward Gaming supremacy. So that's really about it of me. Drop a comment down below if you obviously like, comment, subscribe as well. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.